do a little jingle. Let me do a little jingle for us. Let me do a little jingle. All right. Let me.
All right, give us a little
do
jingle.
A little jingle. All right.
Give us a little jingle.
Boo. Welcome to
yeah.
Vulture Talk.
Yes.
This is technically a podcast. Look at us, a couple of white passing gentlemen, and the anime man on the bottom who graduated high school and had nothing better to do. So
I mean, that's been a year.
I
haven't had anything better to do for a year. So I mean, like, you're not wrong, but like, ow.
We're starting a podcast.
I'm Jacob.
Yeah, that's that
man right there.
That's oh, I'm on your right.
You're on my left. Well, I'm pointing to my left
Jacob's
on my screen, so technically this is a little
okay.
Well, now I'm Moggy. That's me. Hi.
This is so fucked.
Well, honestly, it's what I expected because I figured this would just be eventually, or from the very beginning, us just shooting the shit, and then
possibly
if people are crazy or bored, they'll listen to it.
Be like, they're kind of funny,
and they'll be like, "These guys need some serious professional help."
But anywho,
introduce yourself because we.
All right. So now that we know who's pointing where,
you're still the power bottom here, I believe.
Yeah.
So
I'm always the power bottom. I'm Isaiah. For right now, I don't have a little face cam, but you will come to know my face one day. It will happen. I promise. But
yeah, he's just a small child.
I'm just a little baby. Okay? I'm trying to get
Technical
into
difficulties.
It's difficult. Okay.
You just recently becoming an adult, man. Just getting job, getting money.
Oh, I know. I'm finally being like a man of capitalism right now, and it's like, oh wow, money.
What do you mean? I've been a man of capitalism, and I don't think I've been oh wow money yet. I keep going, oh man, my money.
My money.
Yeah, no.
Where'd it
Dude,
go?
I literally just fucking sold my race wheel today because I can't afford rent.
Oh, man, that's
Yeah, why do you think we're making a podcast?
Yeah.
We're broke and out of ideas.
I'm at my wit's fucking end, dog.
Look, it's not that we're greedy. It's that what other choice do we have? And also, I'm kind of greedy.
I'm kind of greedy. It's not my fault. America did it to me.
And I like the idea of being a podcaster because podcasters, more than anyone, I feel, don't really get locked into any one form of media because at the end of the day, they still have their podcast.
Yeah, and then at the end of the day, we just make goofs and gaffes.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Joe Rogan. He looks at people get kicked in the fucking head and
man, then
he has a podcast.
Oh man,
cheeseburgers.
Yeah, I mean, in all honesty, this from the very beginning was just always going to be a pack of idiots ranging from 3 to who knows how many.
For real.
Just talking about
goofers and
shit.
gaffers.
Speaking of shit, guess what, Isaiah? I beat God of War today. The first one, well, not the first one, but
no,
2018.
God of War 2018.
Wow, that was a quick time. Good job.
Yeah.
That's what I said. I thought he fucking blew through that shit. He was like, "Really? I did?" I was like, "Yeah, dude. That's a fucking long ass game. You were playing it for like 4 days, maybe."
Yeah.
I was playing on the harder difficulty and then was complaining because it was so ridiculous. And Jacob was like, Who are you trying to prove yourself to? Just turn the difficulty down.
Myself.
And then I did, and it became so fucking, like, so much easier. Great.
Yeah, man.
Great.
Oh, there he is. You went away for a second.
Oh, it's fine. Like
Okay.
father, like son, right? At least I
Oh,
came
man.
back.
Hey.
The Valkyries are like, oh my god, but like,
Yeah, man. Valkyries are always difficult in those games, man. Oh,
everything else was so much easier.
yeah, man.
I
Yeah,
was
man.
like,
Well, and I was literally, it's a story game, so it's like, what the fuck, dude? Like, this isn't Dark Souls, this isn't Elden Ring, and I get it. I will crank up the difficulty for games like Dark Souls and Elden Ring, but I do not want to get distracted from the story of God of War because I'm dying fucking 17 times to a Draugr.
Simply get better.
Look, dude, not everyone fucking hates themselves the way you do. We can't all
Listen.
play on ultra god difficulty for every single fucking game. We all can't
But-
play Last of Us 8 times, okay?
Listen, it's only been 4, all right, at most. With both. It's fine. Shut. I'm only on my permadeath run now. It's fine. It's okay. I am not addicted to that franchise whatsoever.
I mean, it's a good franchise to get addicted to, man. That show is fucking slapping so hard.
Oh my god.
I'm not on to episode 5 yet. I'm not even on episode 4.
I've
Just finished episode 3.
Yeah, you're on that cusp. Oh man, it's so.
We've all seen the first episode. We want to talk about the first episode for a bit?
Oh man.
I mean, you know what?
Yeah, I just rewatched it again with Austin today because he wanted to watch a few of the episodes, and I was like, oh, absolutely. So we got all the way up to episode 3 again, and I was like, oh man, that first of all, that episode is just masterpiece.
It's so beautifully handled.
so
I'm
good.
so happy about it. I'm so happy about it.
Yeah.
People
But-
are like,
It's so
whoa.
woke.
Yeah, people are like, "Oh, gay, it's woke." What do you mean?
Neil Wokeman's ruining my franchise, dog.
Yep.
What's with all the fucking representation?
I
I
can't
understand.
believe it. The main character isn't like me, but the side characters are.
Well, it's not even that, because Joel's fucking straight as an arrow, but, everyone wants to be Joel.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Joel's not white in the show, and I'm white, so I can't pretend like I'm Joel because. So, like, who do I have other
I know.
than, like, everyone else?
No, that's more for Sarah, really. There was a fucking stupid discourse around the casting of Sarah. It's like, really, dude? Does it
And I
fucking
mean-
matter?
You know what's
literally,
hilarious?
and like I argue that she does a better job, and like it's so much more impactful in the show.
I don't even think it's that she does a better job. We just get more time with this Sarah.
Right.
That's simply
and,
it.
like, and she builds it so well, you know.
I argue she looks more related to Joel than the fucking
Yeah.
game one did.
Yeah.
The game one looks like
Absolutely.
Maria out of Shadow the Hedgehog. Like, I'm half expecting The Last of Us Part 3 to be like, where's that damn 5th Chaos Emerald?
But like her performance essentially was like the same, even down to the way she delivered the drugs. I sell hardcore drugs. Like down, it was the same fucking character, same fucking performance. Just this one was not white.
Yeah.
And,
And
man,
it was
she
is
did
so good.
such
It's
a
so
good job.
phenomenal.
I cried.
It's like a little baby every time. And
I was
Austin was flipping me off, telling me "fuck you" all the time, man. He fucking. Oh man, he
I
hated me.
I really hope that happens to Jacob when he plays the rest of Persona 5 Royal, and I hope he hates me for it because, like, that game made me cry when I played it. And granted, I was in a bad place when I played it mentally, and I'm in an even worse place now mentally. But
Mentally.
well, anyway, but like the point is that game, like, it hit me hard. And I'm really hoping it does the same because, like, I wanna share that, you know.
I want to share
I
the
wanna share that. I wanna be
I don't know if it'll
stupid passionate about
as
a video
hard.
game.
I don't know if it'll hit as hard. Anime games are really hard to resonate emotionally with me just because of the style of anime, but it's happened. It's definitely happened. Like Attack on Titan fucks me up time and time again.
Yeah, that one's a toughie.
That one will get you.
Um,
Your Name. I don't know if you've seen Your Name.
I have not.
That one got me. That one made me cry. Granted,
Um,
I'm a lonely little man.
See, although I like anime, I have a shit like library of anime that I've actually watched. Like I just finished Cowboy Bebop like maybe 2 months ago.
I finished it on Christmas Eve of 2022. It was good.
I have a
Cowboy Bebop's fucking art masterpiece.
Yeah, I need to finish it. I never did because I'm stupid. But I feel like I have to agree with like the catalog of anime I've seen being pretty shit too, because I feel like anyone who has Dragon Ball Z in their top 3 hasn't seen enough. Because I feel like out of all anime, just scientifically speaking, I don't think Dragon Ball's gonna be that high.
Well, no, if you're I don't know, because like for me, it will always be in the top 3 anime for me, but not because the storytelling, but just because it's fucking Dragon Ball, dude. Like I love Dragon Ball.
In case you haven't noticed on my fucking profile picture, I do quite enjoy Dragon Ball a lot. But I mean, I understand exactly what you're saying though, because like I feel exactly. I got statues going.
I'm not even gonna move mine.
But yeah, no. But I get what you're saying, Moggy. Like it feels like it shouldn't be in the top 3. You know, like there should be,
especially when you look at the fucking when you look at the franchise as a whole, it definitely doesn't get a top 3. Because Super, I mean, it was awesome. I liked it overall.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Right, it's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. Yeah, I don't even want to say it's good because like 2 of the arcs are solid, and those I would say are Future Trunks and Tournament of Power, and Future Trunks has a bullshit, stupid fucking ending.
And Super just fucking suffers from retreading old water. Like the decision to redo the movies in the anime was so dumb. Like, especially when the movies did it so much better. Like, no shot. That's my Bulma in the anime versus the movie. It's night and day, dude. Like, because they have to stretch out these panels to make out their 20-minute runtime on television, but in Battle of Gods, that's my Bulma scene is so fucking visceral and sudden and angry, and you can do that in a movie, but not in anime. Well, not in Dragon Ball anyway.
Right. In the movie, it's so much more intense because it's more of just like a quick burst of just like, oh, Vegeta's so cool. But in the anime, it's like, Vegeta would be cooler if he did that like 30 seconds ago, you know?
Dude, you know what I think? Kind of off topic, but I think Dragon Ball Super has been off the air now, like the anime has been gone for this long, because of One Piece. Toei's got their whole team working on that. They've gotta, because I don't like One Piece because I'm a hater, and I don't care. But I will admit the animation in the latest episodes, like the clips that I've seen that my friends who won't shut up about One Piece have shown me, and I love them, but I don't love One Piece, so but anyway, the animation looks friggin' amazing. It looks insane, and I'm like, oh, they've got to have a huge team of people working on that. Either that or they're killing them, but, I mean...
Well, and, like, I probably would like One Piece if I watched it, but it's just such a fucking time commitment, and then the creator has gone on recently saying that, like, this is just the beginning of One Piece. These past fucking 15 years of One Piece is just the beginning of One Piece, and it's like... I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Like... I've said this before.
Say that, but I've read Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball Super, and I still somewhat keep up with the manga, and that's arguably as long.
Yeah, and you could say the same. You could say the same thing about Naruto, and then now including Boruto. Like they're about the same length. But
we don't talk about Boruto.
We don't
No,
talk
no, no,
about
no, no, no,
Boruto,
no.
though.
No.
But like with Naruto and Naruto Shippuden, like I've said this
There you
before,
go.
and I'll say it 1,000 times. I think a thing that makes a story really good is that it can end, and like, yes, Dragon Ball kind of got extended with Super, but technically those take place before the end of Z, according to Toriyama, so they get a pass. And Boruto just doesn't exist. It's all filler. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, Boruto. I've only heard from what my sister has told me, and she is the mega fan of Naruto.
I've been keeping like my eye slowly on Boruto, and I'm like, well, when you're not like 90% filler, I'll consider watching your canon.
Well, it's not even that. It's the sidelining of the main characters to make Boruto way more powerful than he has any right to be.
Not even more powerful, just the only ninja that could take care of the situation.
Right.
Yeah,
and it's kind of bullshit because like
these are legendary fucking ninjas
that happen in that show are ridiculous. It is not acceptable, and they're just kind of like, well, now.
And then, honestly, once you get into time travel, the writing's on the wall. Like,
yeah.
I mean, saw one clip.
We say that being huge Dragon Ball fans,
Yeah, that's true.
But we acknowledge that the Future Trunks arc is bad.
Yeah, but the androids and
Cell, yeah.
Trunks.
Silly. He's like your favorite.
But I mean,
Shut it.
they do use multiverse theory technically, so I guess that kind of counts. But back to Boruto.
And I mean,
saw one clip of Sasuke fighting a Velociraptor, and I was like, oh man, what the hell? What did they do?
What I'll say about Boruto in the time travel stuff is that I know that Boruto has like entire arcs set in the past, whereas you're talking, we barely get to see Trunks' future. Like, we're mostly in the present still. These enemies are time traveling, but for the most part, the audience is not.
Yeah. It's just, I was just making a little gif, but yeah, no, I get you, cause like, I was just saying, cause like, that's a huge part of that entire arc.
No, you're right. I mean, what you're saying, you're not all.
I know, yeah.
I read somewhere that like Boruto hasn't had a canon episode in like 2 years now, or maybe longer.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
Ridiculous, dude.
I could not.
I mean, Naruto was the same fucking way, though. I mean, that's that show's biggest Achilles heel is the amount of fucking filler you had to wade through.
That's why I read the manga.
Yeah.
And then played the Storm games because I was
like Sasuke's gone. Okay, let me like in Naruto when Sasuke leaves the Leaf Village, we get like 119 episodes of fuck shit. Like,
yeah.
And then Naruto is over. Like,
ta-da.
119 episodes of fuck shit. Then we get one canon update, and then it becomes Shippuden.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I mean, like Dragon Ball's had filler, but their filler is iconic.
Yeah.
I mean, the driving episode.
Yeah.
It's like, it's iconic, but fake Namek. You got.
The Garlic Jr. stuff is infamous.
Yes.
Yeah.
So like, kind of iconic. Any press is good press, right, baby?
Everyone loves GT, right?
So I won't say I love GT, but I do defend GT for some of the ideas it put forward in. I really love Super Saiyan 4. I really love the Black Star Dragon Balls. I really love
the baby arc was kind of cool.
I do like the baby arc.
The concept of the Shadow Dragons, like the corruption of the Dragon Balls, that's kind of a cool idea. It was just kind of meh.
Watching Vegeta.
Pan.
Watching it's Pan and Trunks and Giru and Goku and
Oh man.
Everyone else.
anyone who's not
After
Goku. I
he
mean,
shaved his mustache.
Goku time jokes can be made all day about that fucking show. I do like seeing Vegeta like completely settled down on Earth. I think Super handled that better though, obviously.
Yeah, because he's still in touch with his warrior side. I mean, his whole shtick is I'm the prince of a warrior race.
And I mean, so was he in GT. When you look back at the episodes, it's just they made the villain so fucking OP that it didn't matter. Goku was the only. It's the same thing with Boruto, where he's the only fucking answer for this certain solution. When it's like, you're sitting on this phenomenal cast of characters.
And baskets, we gotta press the Goku button.
Yeah, no, that's always my biggest complaint about Dragon Ball, and they're starting to kind of maybe fix it, hopefully, kind of.
I mean,
hopefully with things like Superhero and
like Vegeta getting all these cool transformations and stuff.
And Broly being added into the mix.
I had heard that the superhero movie wasn't canon, but I've been reading the manga somewhat lately. I've been kind of forgetting just because I'm stupid, but it looks like it's leading into superhero, so I have a feeling that stuff's gonna be canon. So it'll be nice to see Piccolo and Gohan actually in canon.
Matter again. I mean, I have my problems with Superhero. I thought it was a step down from Broly. But
overall, I thought it was an entertaining movie.
I still give it like an 8 out of 10.
I dislike the mess up of the fusion technique for Teen Gotenks because like the first introduction of the Teen Gotenks.
Let us see it.
Right.
Come on, give it to me. I want to see it because like as much as Gotenks is like a little shit, I want to see Gotenks be a teen little shit.
And then I also don't like Vegeta beating Goku being a joke.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's true. He earned that. I liked the movie a lot, probably more than some.
I give it a solid like 8.5, 9 because I'm a huge Gohan fanboy and Piccolo. He's just so cool. I love my little Piccolo.
And the 3D animation was phenomenal in Superhero. Personal preference, I do like the 2D animation in Broly.
The 2.5D. I
do prefer 2D animation.
It's real cool.
But the 3D was cool. The thing I loved the most about the movie was it felt like the characters felt the most Toriyama that I had seen in a long time. It felt like I was reading the manga again.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And then Piccolo was just awesome.
Yeah. Big
Cell Max was a dud though, dude. I'm not a fan.
Cell is Perfect Cell is my well, honestly, just Cell in general is my favorite villain.
Absolutely. Shared opinion right there. Cell's the best.
And to have him be reduced to this big, raw monster.
Basically, Hirudegarn.
Imperfected form. Yeah. Why his imperfected form, first of all?
Beast Gohan felt like a bit of an asshole transformation. Like, Orange Piccolo, he got through the power of the dragon. Beast Gohan, he got because he was watching Piccolo get his ass kicked.
Truly don't like Beast Gohan.
I think the form looks sick.
It looks sick, but there's no explanation for it. It's very random. Like, is Gohan the only one able to fucking access this? I know it's Beast Mode Gohan, but when I first saw it, I was like, oh, did they finally fucking make him morph his ultimate form with Super Saiyan? Because that's dope as fuck.
Yeah, that's kind of my guess.
That would be
my guess to what it is. Yeah. Is Super Saiyan mixed with the Mystic transformation, but they're just referring to it as Beast.
in my brain, the way it's explained in the Buu saga is that he gets the power of a Super Saiyan without having to transform. They don't say that he can't transform.
Yeah.
Right.
So if he were to transform, would he get the significant power gains on top of the significant power gains he already has from the Ultimate Form? And that's what I thought that form was. But then no, it was Beast Gohan. And then Fortnite got Gohan's Beast Axe.
I thought the same thing when it came to the God transformations, because there was Super Saiyan God and Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan. So I'm like, hypothetically, couldn't there be Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan 2? Super Saiyan
And I think,
Super Saiyan
and I think they low-key confirmed it in one of the tournaments, because it was when they were explaining that they can't use the blue transformation as often as other transformations, because the blue transformations just takes up such a vast amount of ki compared to God, or even or obviously just Super Saiyan. So I don't think it's out of the question if someone has enough ki to do it. It's just a matter of being efficient about it. Like Vegeta in canon doesn't go Super Saiyan 3 because it's inefficient.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's fair.
No. Yeah. Also,
not because he can.
Yeah, absolutely. I also like the idea of Ultra Instinct being like Goku is just now learning to use Ultra Instinct as like a technique.
Yeah,
and
actually than a transformation.
Yeah. And it can also do something similar to what you're saying right now. But also, can I see that on anyone else other than Goku, please?
I don't know what's next for Dragon Ball. I mean, Goku is autonomous at this point, and
and Vegeta's getting that new form.
the Destroyer God.
Homie got so powerful he burned his eyebrows.
Yeah,
off.
man.
Like how he did
like. Honestly, I do believe that whatever they do next is going to push Vegeta and Goku becoming the respective angel and god of destruction of their universe.
Yeah. Well, then what happens to Beerus and Whis? Do they just get like a new universe?
They die.
Yeah, they have to like fight to the death or some shit. That'd be fucked.
You know what happened to all the universes at the Tournament of Power when they lost? Zeno just
Well, Zeno was like, well, if y'all made a selfish decision, I was actually going to erase your world.
I would imagine if they were going to write off the characters, it would be more of like along the lines of like, I'm fusing my body, my essence with yours. You are now the god of destruction.
But then, oh no, that's kind of scary. Not even gonna lie.
Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do, dude. Like, because Goku hasn't gained a new transformation yet, and we're still waiting for that. What's his no, it's not. It's green hair with the fucking granola. Yeah, we're still waiting for granola.
We're still waiting for Moro, dude.
Yeah,
there's plenty we're waiting for, but like granola is supposed to be like
the shit.
The shit, and I'm sure it's answered in the manga, but fuck, I'm like I said, I'm behind. But
yeah, read the manga.
Anywho, let's try and move on from Dragon Ball. I think that's a pretty good amount of time talking about Dragon Ball.
That's a lot of Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super. We should talk about original Dragon Ball, because that gets overlooked. Not enough people talk about it.
Let's just turn this into the Dragon Ball the Team 4-Star podcast.
Oh, please.
No, we're not.
Fucking A. What are some other big fandoms you guys are into? We'll start with Moggy, since I already know what Isaiah's gonna answer.
You can guess what I'm gonna answer too. Are you? Spider-Man.
Yeah. Spider-Man. I mean, I got shit.
Well,
you very much love Spider-Man. What else? What other stuff you fucking like love? Like top like top three fandoms.
Oh, my top three. Okay, yeah, my top three things. Well, The Legend of Zelda, because I grew up on that.
You bitch.
We can share. You know what? Fuck the rest of the stuff I was going to talk about. Let's talk about Zelda. Let's just have a little mini discussion about it since we both love it so much. We'll talk about our experiences with it. You know what I
Tears of
mean?
Kingdom trailer. First of all,
Oh
yummy,
my god!
tasty. I want it. I want it so badly. Gimme, gimme.
I know, right? Like I gotta stay alive, so I gotta look both ways before I cross the street, so I can make it to Tears of the Kingdom.
Tears of Kingdom, speedrun that.
If you're out on the road and you see me, watch yourself because I'm gonna make it to the game. I've also got like a concert coming up that I gotta go to, but like,
dude, that'd be a shame.
Yeah, I don't want to miss that. But like, Zelda easily because
it
was my first.
I grew up on Zelda for such a long time. You know, I always had the GameCube. No, not the GameCube. The Game Boy port. And I always plugged that into my little DS Lite, and I would always play the shit out of that. And I would get nowhere because the original Zelda has like 0 instructions. But I finally beat it one day, and I was like, "Yeah, look at me go!" That just sparked the love of Zelda.
I feel a little weird having said The Legend of Zelda was my first, and then cutting it off. It was my first game ever. I played on the N64. I played Ocarina of Time, and I remember my dad had a save file, and he had beaten the game. I don't even think he like 100%ed it or anything, but he beat it at least. And my dumbass 3-year-old toddler brain deleted his save file, and he was like, "Well, have fun."
Have fun.
Yeah, my first Zelda game was Wind Waker on GameCube.
Well, it was the first one that like really grasped me.
Huh?
The first one that like really grasped me was Link Between Worlds. That was the first one I had like really played as a like kid. And that one was like a solid.
That's the one where you can go 2D.
Yeah, well, you
turn
can
into a
like put
painting.
yourself as like a painting on the wall and then go into
That
like
one
an
was so good. That's such a sleeper hit.
It's so good.
I prefer top-down Zelda as opposed to
I prefer 3D
like,
Zelda.
3D Zelda.
I personally prefer 3D, but I have such a soft spot for 2D
I
Zelda.
do love 2D Zelda as well.
I love top-down Zelda. It's just so for same reason it's that cozy like comfort food sort of game.
Played, Link's Awakening, gobbled that up when it came out on the Switch. That was amazing.
Yeah, I was really surprised when they remade that one. I was like, really, the fucking
it's really
Game Boy Color one? No.
Yeah, man, it was so fun.
Maybe the Oracle games will get remade.
Lots of charming characters.
The Minish Cap would be a great one to have on the Switch. That's the one that Capcom developed.
That just got put on through the online emulator.
Oh yeah, the emulators just came out. That's freaking right.
The hot take kinda, but one Zelda that really stuck out for me, 2 that really stick out for me that are hot takes and are some of my favorite games of all time, period, especially for Zelda games, are Twilight Princess and Skyward Sword.
Boo to the second one, but
you can suck these nuts, bro. The story in that game, the atmosphere, oh my god, the art style, the characters. Look, yes, I get it. The motion controls.
The
controls. Why the fuck did they do that?
It is a video game first and foremost, Moss, and it has to play good.
Hey, listen. It is a video game, and the first and only video game to be 1-to-1 with its motion controls some of the time. That's kind of like big and hard, and no one else has done it up until the HD remaster, which like I preferred playing it in motion controls because it got so much smoother.
VR?
Okay, well yeah, that doesn't count though. I'm talking about just like games like this, like
you
know, I will give it the benefit that it was the first to have the like 1-to-1 hand movement, but that's also Nintendo trying to punch way above their weight in 2000 whenever that game launched.
Yeah, but name like any company that isn't doing that even now.
I could find it.
Whatever that.
Arcane.
Insomniac, maybe. Actually,
We want to talk about
Well,
game developers
I
that
guess-
don't miss. Insomniac.
Okay, I'm thinking more like the big AAA like publishers and console makers, because it's not just the game, it's the fact that the Wii itself was a motion controls based system.
Mhm.
It's
But
pretty
even
much Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft, and they are all stupid and hate
In
their
one way-
consumers.
In one way or another, you could probably make that argument. I'd say lately that especially Microsoft and Sony have been trying to compete with one another
Microsoft's
to
getting better.
have the better customer service and to have the better options for their users. Nintendo, well,
Are struggling.
Nintendo.
As much as I'm like, oh boy, Zelda, I love you. You're a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful mistress. Do not get me wrong. But what in the hell, Nintendo?
You
best
said that Zelda
believe-
was your favorite franchise, and I was like, yeah, it's just too fucking bad. It's a Nintendo franchise.
You'd
just-
best believe I am going to be pre-ordering, purchasing day of Tears of the Kingdom, playing the hell out of that game.
Absolutely, because I know that these developers have had like time to develop this shit.
Yes, but and I will pay the $70, but Nintendo, get your shit together, because these other games I'm not really wanting to buy.
Right, I'm already reluctant to buy games that run smoothly at $70. Like and you're gonna release something on the Switch for $70 that probably will run good. We're going on the faith of the first game that the second game will run good.
Right. And I have a feeling that development will, in the first game, will help a lot in the development of the second game. And I just really, really need them to, like, you know,
Not do what they've been doing, especially with Pokemon.
Their other companies, cough, cough, Game Freak, cough, cough. I'm just saying,
Look,
Pokemon Scarlet and Violet was absolutely unacceptable, and I say that with all the love in my heart because I enjoy the characters in that game. But my God, Nintendo,
You can't play it.
10 frames per second bullshit.
Yeah, and I really, really liked Pokemon Legends Arceus, and I will excuse it on occasion, but that game is kind of ugly and bland looking, and
I played Sword and Shield and I enjoyed it. I will acknowledge that it was a step down from
Sun and Moon.
the three. Sun and Moon. But it still was a very serviceable and very fun Pokemon game at the end of the day.
I think it did a good job.
I
think
hated Sword and Shield.
I think the escalation of the gym battles really worked. I don't know about you, but I feel like Galar being like such a competitive region, like where the Pokemon battling is like such a important thing in their little
culture.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I'm being unfair to Sword and Shield. I hated like one part of my playthrough and then just was kind of bored throughout the rest. It's not a bad game.
Yeah,
but...
I get it because big Pokemon isn't like the most exciting thing. But like they had like Gigantamaxing, which was kind of cool because it was like certain Pokemon that could get like cool forms while they're big.
Yeah.
Oh,
Which
sick!
I think-
Another Charizard.
Another Blastoise, another Venusaur, another fucking
No, they didn't put
I don't
those
know.
two
I
in the
think
game. I don't think. I think they only put Charizard.
Blastoise is in there, and
Is
Venusaur
he?
has one too. Yes,
Did they add them later? Cause
you can get them.
were
I
they
believe
the DLCs?
maybe like mystery gifts or something. But I know I have a Blastoise and a Venusaur.
I didn't buy the DLCs. I think maybe
Well,
they were
yeah,
included in the
yeah,
DLCs.
That too. I also got the 2 DLCs that came afterwards, and those were also pretty solid. They're pretty
Yeah, the
Violet
second one,
and
the
Scarlet
Diamond
was just
Adventures
shit.
looked fun.
Scarlet and Violet was a complete waste of resources. Let me just tell you, because there could have been so much there if they had given them, I'd say, like maybe like 5 more months of development, dude. Like I promise you, like there is potential in those games if they like had more than 10 months of development time to make 2 open world titles.
Well, yeah, it's like
Yeah.
I believe Magi and I were talking about it yesterday, where it's like give, or no, I think it was you and me talking about it yesterday. Is it
Yeah,
where it's like give the remakes to separate developers?
We were
Yeah,
all
yeah,
talking about
yeah.
this yesterday.
Yeah,
Because
Yeah.
I brought up the point of Sonic Mania being made
Right.
by
Yeah.
like an indie team while the mainline Sonic games were done by Sonic Team, and
Right.
Sonic Forces was schmid and Mania was great.
no
and,
shit, no
That being
shit.
said, though,
and Frontiers was pretty dang good in my
Pokemon
opinion.
Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl was a slapper. It's been a slapper. Since Scarlet and Violet has been failing me, I've gone back to it, and oh my god, it's so rewarding once you finish.
Well,
that
yeah, because
Is
Sinnoh
it
region.
because I remember when it like came out and everyone I knew was like, this
Everyone's
game's
bitching
meh.
because it's like
it's just the chibi art style. Everyone fucking hates that chibi art style for whatever reason.
it's the same art style from pixel to 3D. It's
Yeah.
Literally.
cheap art style in the games, and then when you get
Oh,
Pokemon battle with a trainer, you'll see yourself throw your Pokeball, and it looks different. Yeah, because it does in the game too.
but they ate that shit up with Link's Awakening. I don't get it.
Yeah.
My version. Ah.
I loved that game still, and like even then, like I beat the Elite Four, right? And then I went to this house that I completely forgot about, but it's like an end game house essentially, and it's like the game designers and the sound designer and like a super high level trainer outside, like in the pool. And the sound designer will give you the retro sounds for Diamond and Pearl, so you can play it with all the DS sounds, which is pretty cool. And then you get like Pokedex upgrades from the other 2 game developers, and their game developers have like their favorite Pokemon next to them. But like, I just think there's so much more charm in those games because they're allowed to kind of take it easy with those games because you don't have to worry about so much being on those screens, you know? And like, I could imagine that being handed out to a very small indie team and being no problem to get Nintendo their money that's needed. But if you force them to make a massive open world where all in 10 months where you have to include these conditions and all these other like spawn ratios and all of that,
And make it run on the Switch.
and then make it run on the Switch, you're gonna kill it, man. You're gonna kill it. And like, I just think Pokemon needs to realize that routes work best for them. Smaller open areas can work, but they need to be confined somewhat.
And Nintendo just needs to stop fucking penny pinching. Like that's their fucking big fucking thing. They are trying to.
If they were going to give Game Freak 10 months to develop this game, why not outsource developers? Why not help Game Freak put this game together so it doesn't completely flop and break your sales because you're not going to make more after everyone shits on this game?
Right, if you just put a little bit more money into the project, give them a little bit more time for the project, and then you see those returns. You see them triple, double, fucking look at Dead Space, dog. Look at fucking Dead Space.
God. Yeah, dude.
Like it is not a multiplayer game, no live service, no anything from the modern. It is a single player campaign driven game. You play it once, it's already selling like hotcakes, dog.
Yeah, man. EA's done it for once.
Same kind of thing can be said with like God of War Ragnarok too. That is a fully single player experience itself, and
Same
Yep.
fucking
one of
thing
the
can
biggest
be
games of
said
the year.
about Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, because they are going to be Game of the Year material at the very least, if not Game of the Year like Breath of the Wild was. And they had so much fucking time to develop that they could be that game.
Elden
Well,
Ring.
and I think it's so fucking funny. You know, you look back 4 years ago, EA saying that single player games are dead, and like that was a lot of the discourse with all the AAA developers around the time. But now you're looking at like the past 2 years, all the best-selling games and all the best-reviewed games have been single-player games. Like God of War Ragnarok, you have Horizon Forbidden West, you have The Last of Us Part 2, you have like single-player games are
Spider-Man.
fucking here, dude. Spider-Man, both PS4 and Miles Morales, like
Yeah, man. There's some just
Elden Ring.
Elden
amazing.
Ring.
Elden Ring is fantastic, man. It's pain incarnate, but ooh, man, do I
Elden Ring, dude. Eat your heart outs, every other developer ever.
And they were like, let's put
This
Miyazaki
difficult
and
ass
George R.R.
game.
Martin in the same room and see what fucking comes out, and then we'll put FromSoft behind it and make it painful.
They
So
made
fucking
the most video game of all time.
yeah, man.
Yeah, I mean, they also did such a great job of breaking the monotony of open world games. Same with Ghost of Tsushima. That's another fucking single player game that's kicking dicks.
Yeah, man. But yeah, no, Elden Ring has all those like nooks and crannies that you could just get lost in for like
And
an hour.
zero hand holding whatsoever.
Oh yeah, man. You could walk straight into Caelid if you wanted to.
Some light nudging into where your main objective is, but you are not restricted in any what way.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
You're told to go to Stormvale Castle, but you could just march straight into Caelid. You could go.
You could do
And
what
genuinely,
I did and fight Radon 20 levels too early. And
well, and then after playing games like Ghost of Tsushima and Elden Ring, you get like you notice when games are holding your hand now more than ever. Like I've stopped playing a lot of games. Like I stopped playing Destiny 2 and like just a whole bunch of shit that like yeah, dude, you're just holding my hand through this entire thing and it's just a numbers game and like there's
I gotta watch damage number go up because I need damage number to go up to kill raid boss.
right, and live service games are dying off, dude. I mean, look at I believe like 5 major ones got shut down this year. Like in Avengers included, there was Knockout City, the dodgeball battle royale. There was Brawlhalla that got cut.
Yeah.
I can't. There was another one. There was another battle royale type, but yeah, they're just dying off. And it's not that these developers don't have the money to keep them up. No one's devoting their time to them because how many live service video games can one person dedicate themselves to realistically?
Yeah, man. I get that. Because I look at those kind of games and I'm like, how do people play this for like 10,000 hours?
And like I've shed pretty much all of my live service games except Fortnite. Like only now that I am like starting to like appreciate storytelling in video games and like less generic video games is when I can appreciate Fortnite for being just the live service video game that anyone jumps into.
I thought you were going to be like, because I'm really appreciating storytelling games more. I really appreciate Fortnite because it is so just, God, it's in depth.
The seasons are really getting fucking crazy with their storytelling, dog.
Yeah,
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
I think Epic Games adding zero build and then making it a permanent mode, because I think originally it was only going to be a temporary thing, but making it permanent, huge, because the whole reason I stopped playing Fortnite is when I would shoot a person once and then I would watch
Build Masters
the entire Leaning Tower of Pisa directly in front of me.
And I'm like, built the entire Eiffel Tower, and you're like, wait a minute.
Well, there's a lull, Zaya. Oh, what about some big 3 fandoms for you?
Oh man, well, Legend of Zelda. We just mentioned all the topics that we've mentioned before. Legend of Zelda, Dragon Ball, Nintendo, done, easy. I'm kidding, no. Let's see. Oh man, I'll tell you what. Childhood me is going to thank me for this answer. I have put so many hours into the Borderlands series. That is such a soft spot in my heart, especially Borderlands 2.
I do not have the same connection to that series that you two have, but
man, no, it's
they
just
are good
they're
games.
just so Such
I can
fun
recognize that.
stories.
They're chill ass games on top of it all. Like it's such a good.
My maxed out Gunzerker grog nozzle. You know the build if you do.
Yeah, you just sit on the couch and you just talk to your buddy for fucking 6 hours while you're looting shit. It's literally just it's a cool social experience. It's pretty like low key and it can get high key, especially like in the DLCs of Borderland 2 and like Borderland 3.
Yeah.
Oh god, there will never be anything like Ultimate Badass in Borderlands 2, dog. I didn't even touch that. I didn't even touch that.
Soloing that, man. Soloing that. Pain.
No, thank you.
That is why I run the grog nozzle, because I need infinite health.
Honestly, I do think, however, the Borderlands series has gone a little bit downhill since the second game.
I was just about to say.
It has a very strong lack of identity.
I like the pre-sequel. Kill me if I'm wrong, but I enjoy the banter in that one.
I do like the pre-sequel. It's just inconsequential.
Yeah, absolutely.
He
absolutely.
said kill him if he's wrong.
All right, well.
Oh, this thing is cold.
But yeah, no, I don't know how I feel about Borderlands 3. I think it tries to be too modern, and that dates it immediately. And it lessens the experience for me, because
Now,
there are a couple of moments like that in Borderlands 2 where you get something that was like an old meme back then, but it's kind of like nostalgic there. In Borderlands 3, it kind of feels like when a boomer's like, haha, Zoomer does this, ha ha ha.
Borderlands 3 humor did not hit for me. It's too fucking wow, zany, XD rar, like, when you look at Borderlands 2 and you get Shooty McShootface, shoot him in the fucking face, like.
So you mean to tell me that the game, the Borderlands game where the main villains are fucking Twitch streamers has too much kid YouTuber energy?
Yeah, genuinely,
so
it's chasing trends. It's chasing trends.
And that's what I say. I mean, like, it tries to be too modern, and it dates it immediately. Like,
yeah, making all the psychos now followers and subscribers. It's like,
right.
What are you doing, man? Are you trying to make a statement? Because you would think so at surface level, but then it never goes anything deeper beyond surface level. So it's like, what is happening? Like, these are just psychos. Why are we trying to make them subscribers and make a statement about, social media and following people and parasocial relationships?
However, I will say, as much as I have not played the game, and it pains me to say that, I want to play the Tiny Tina's, like, Dungeons and Dragons kind of like thing.
Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. I have been playing it just a little bit. I'm level like 15, 16. It's more Borderlands. Borderlands, it controls almost identically to Borderlands 3. The class building is really cool. It's a lot more in depth than it is in Borderlands 2 and 3. I might be eating my own foot on that because like I said, I'm only level 15.
Right. So far, the options are diverse and fun.
So far, the options are diverse and fun because you have your skill tree and then you have your character sheet now. Like, it's like in Dungeons and Dragons where you skill into dexterity and constitution. And
that's awesome.
Constitution. We the people. Shooty back.
There are.
And then there's now equipable gear. You can customize your own guy. It's in that regard, the personalization aspect of it, it's the best one.
And that's why I want to play it, because it just looks like a good time.
Writing wise, it's still kind of in that
Tales kind of
like Vaughn. You either love or you hate Vaughn. And
Really? Because I am so, like, middled by Vaughn. No, that's not true. I love Vaughn.
Well,
I
if you
like Vaughn.
played watching Borderlands 1, Borderlands 2, Borderlands 3, and obviously Vaughn was introduced in Tales of the Borderlands, so it's a little different, but for him, he's like a very, very like mainstay of like what's gone wrong with the bandits and the psychos of Borderlands.
Yeah.
Where everyone is like a streaming personality in Borderlands 3. Everyone is, not just Tyreen and Troy.
Yeah.
And the other one.
Yeah.
Borderlands
Right.
3, that's a great. But yeah, fun games.
It's
Yeah.
great.
I had a good time playing it.
Yeah.
When you're all maxed out and you have your character and you're shooting all your abilities off, like it's probably some of like the tightest RPG shooting out there. It's like it's
in Borderlands 3, and that was super fun because zipping around and like trading places with my digi-drone while locking my drone onto other things and like target focusing. It's super, super fun, but I'm just not a fan of the story. And let's just not talk about the ending because yeah.
I barely even remember the ending, but I remember playing it with you and going like, that's
and yeah, the decision to bring back Maya. Spoiler alerts for Borderlands 3 in case you haven't played Borderlands 3, but I don't give a shit.
Yeah, spoiler warning for Borderlands 3, a game that came out almost 5 years ago. Maya
2015 video game. Maya dies halfway through the fucking game for whatever reason because Gearbox just can't help themselves but kill off their beloved characters and not know what to do after.
And then when they don't know what to do after, they're like, "Let's do it again."
And
then
let's kill
them with an arguably. Let's replace them with a significantly worse character too. Maya, nah.
In the moon.
Maya, we don't need her anymore. We've got Ava now. Small, but also Siren.
Whoa! Yeah, man, that was the least surprising twist in that game.
So we got Borderlands, Zelda. What else for you, buddy?
Oh man, I was supposed to answer with another one. That's such a Boston didn't finish.
Yeah,
Go
wait,
back.
I never gave it.
Boston.
Back to him.
Zelda. You don't even think you give a second, dog.
Well, technically, yeah, Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
Spider-Man,
Okay,
Zelda.
so we got Zelda, Spider-Man,
Persona 5.
Persona 5 specifically though.
Specifically, yes, because so far Persona 4, I can't get into it. Maybe I just need to start over from scratch, but I have not been able to get into Persona 4, and then I still need to play Persona 3. But
I just picked up Persona 5. I'm enjoying it. It's everything Pokemon isn't.
Don't do my games like that.
I'm sorry. I'm speaking high truths.
yeah, it was what I thought when I first played it. I was like, wow, I actually really like the turn-based combat in this game.
Well, now I have two answers for my last one, which makes me sad.
You can
Go
go for it.
both. Fuck it.
I don't give a shit.
This this podcast has been a clusterfuck already, so who cares?
That's episode 1, Doug.
Yeah, we've been at this for an hour.
Final Fantasy.
Yeah, we'll wrap it up at like 11:30.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Final Fantasy is one of those games where I think the turn-based combat was like the peak. And don't get me wrong, I love this new era of Final Fantasy where it's all live combat and westernized RPG. But I really, really do think there's something special about those stories when they were turn-based.
I really would urge you to play Persona 5 if you do miss like turn-based RPG.
Story-based, like turn-based RPGs are some of my favorite shit. So I definitely
play Persona 5 Royal.
Persona. But yeah,
and
no,
Persona 3 I hear is really good.
I've been playing Final Fantasy 15 and I'm like somewhat through Final Fantasy 7 remake. It's just all so good.
Yeah, you mentioning Final Fantasy immediately sparked Final Fantasy VII for me specifically because that's the one that I've played. It's the one that I know, but that story in particular, I freaking love.
Never played the original Final Fantasy VII. However, Isaiah, you already know how I got exposed to Final Fantasy VII. It's that fucking Final Fantasy VII, what, Advent Rising? Advent Child.
Advent Children.
Advent Children!
Yeah, the
But,
OVA, or not OVA, but like it was a movie, right? It was just an
It's a full-blown Final Fantasy VII movie. That shit smacks so hard. If you haven't fucking seen Final Fantasy VII, I forgot the name of it. Advent Children.
It's
Go fucking watch Advent Children.
It's so good. It's so good. It's all the anime drama that you could want. All right.
It's so good. So good. It's so fucking.
Yeah, if we're gonna talk about like the media tied to these games, Persona 5 has an anime. Don't watch it. It sucks.
Don't watch it. Do not watch it.
Unironically. Like, okay, here's the thing, right? So, I watched it in sub, and I got like halfway through because it just sucked and it was boring. I watched it in dub, and I actually finished it. And I think the dub's better for that one because the dub actors, like, I think they knew it was bad. And so they just, they gave it that extra oomph to really help make it better.
Yeah.
And I found it to be a lot more enjoyable. But you could tell, like, with those animes, the budget went into the openings.
Yeah,
that's the same thing with Scarlet Nexus's anime. I was actually really hyped because the anime was coming before the game apparently, but then the fucking anime just still fucking sucked ass. Like,
Gotta love it.
So if you didn't play Scarlet Nexus, go fucking play Scarlet Nexus. Not enough people played that game. I guarantee it.
I gotta love it when media tied to a game ends up fucking sucking, and it's like, how? The game's good. How did you do this? Halo?
Bro, X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Yeah.
That's the prime example in my opinion.
Yeah, except the movie came out first, right?
Yeah, the game is a tie-in to the movie, not the other way around.
Yeah, I'm talking about the other ways around, like the movies or shows being tied into, like Halo. You could always talk about that show. I'm talking. Here's the thing, everyone's talked about that show. I'm thinking Halo 4 Forward Unto Dawn, the movie. I had the DVD. That movie. What happened? It's so dark. I don't remember what goes on. It's like night and it's pitch black. They're in the middle of fucking Tallahassee. I don't know.
You have less budget, so you just make everything super dark so everyone doesn't notice anything.
Guys, look, it's Mr. Chief. You could see his visor.
He's Mr. Man.
His golden visor, you could see that and nothing else.
Wow. Well, in terms of fandoms I'm into, well, like I said, we've all established that we're all Dragon Ball fans here, so I'm not counting that.
The answer was Elden Ring because
speak for yourself. Dragon Ball sucks.
Yummy. And also like Bloodborne and like FromSoft in general, but like yummy games.
Although I'm having a bit of a moment with it right now, Star Wars is very near and dear to my heart. Disney's mishandling of it has been, well, I won't say mishandling of it, just, hitting and missing of it has been really just grinding my gears. And then outside of Star Wars, there is,
he has no personality outside of Star Wars.
I have no personality outside of Star Wars and Dragon Ball. I'm a sham. I'm a fraud. No, I'm just. It's getting late, so I'm just like fucking Neanderthal brain.
Yeah, I know. We decide to record this episode late for for the sake of David, because he worked and then he was too tired to do the episode anyway, and we were like, well,
It's not really a fandom of any specific type, but I do love music. I do love surrounding myself with music, and I do love listening to pretty much anything out there. I love hearing recommendations from my friends. I'm always like, if you look at my playlist, it's like 88 hours long. It will go on longer because I just keep adding shit to it. I fucking love music. And then I'm gonna give it 2 right here. It's either Red Dead Redemption or God of War, because God of War is like, especially after Ragnarok, I think God of War is probably my favorite game franchise of all time.
That's fair. That's fair.
I can't
for itself lately.
I can't fault you for that.
I've had the absolute pleasure of playing every single God of War game because I have my Vita and I was able to play the PSP titles last year, and like, they all slap, dude. I do not know how Santa Monica does it. Like, Ascension kinda misses, but even then, the core combat is still there and Kratos is still kicking ass. It's just a bit inconsequential because it's a prequel and you're not the God of War yet. But even then, when they realized that they were turning their wheels with the God of War franchise, they stopped. They stopped and waited until 2018 to release a new one, and it was this great fucking maturing, not just for Kratos' character, but for the gaming industry as a whole. Like, I think it's such a good, like, doubling tale. Like, I think Kratos, especially in these 2018 games, or 2018 duology, has really, like, become the face of the growth of video games.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
like,
God of War 2018 especially is a fantastic game. Spoiler warning for God of War, a game that also came out a long time ago, but I knew about Baldur, and like, I knew a lot of the major story beats actually with God of War, and like how Baldur dies and who like Freya is. Just all that stuff, and yet when it happened, when I was playing, it was still like huge. I cried playing that game.
God of War has no right to make you cry.
I cried. You were sitting. Next to me on the couch, and I cried.
Bro, you were next to me. You were next to me at the moments I was crying. Like,
we were just like,
oh man, and like,
and I mean, maybe it's because I'm depressed, and so I'm just super emotional. Like, I think that's part of the reason why I have this big appreciation for storytelling, is because it makes me feel things. Spider-Man made me cry. Spider-Man 2018. Spoiler warning for Spider-Man, a game that came out in 2018. Aunt May fucking dies.
Yeah, man.
That made me bawl like a baby, dude. I knew about that too.
Right.
When I played it, because I played that game in 2020. I was so late to the punch. But I remembered coming out of my room, tears streaming down my face, and my sister was like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "Oh my God, Spider-Man!"
Yeah, no, I'd say in the 2018 God of War, I probably, when Kratos goes to get his Blades of Chaos from his house.
Oh yeah, what a good moment.
The emotional weight that entire scene carries, watching Midgard turn into this reddish hellscape, and fucking him being haunted by Athena still, and all this shit. And then when he opens up the blades, he's just like so fucking mortified of what he might become again. And it's just so fucking pointy. You want this fucking character to just grow and get away from this past, but you realize that, we're playing God of War, baby.
There
Let
is
me
no
just say,
escape.
Christopher Judge only delivers the most fucking heat lines of
Yes. Yes.
all of Kratos, because
Yes. So fucking
Athena-
hard, dude.
Athena being like, you are nothing but a monster, and then he's like, yes, but I am no longer your monster, and then just pushes past her. Is
Yeah.
so fucking powerful. It's so good.
I was talking to Jacob about this earlier today, how I was in Helheim, and it's the little cutscene, quote unquote, of Zeus and Zeus's spirit, and it's his giant head in the clouds.
Yeah, man.
That, I think I've told you guys about this before. I have this irrational fear of giant stuff.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
Galactus level stuff, Planet Munchin level stuff, or even just like a finger the size of a building, like that stuff. It's terrifying to me. Seeing Zeus's ginormous ass head looming over the entirety. There's so many just massively scaled things, and I could feel like a pit in my chest every time.
Spoiler alert for God of War Ragnarok, a game that did come out recently. So, spoiler alert for God of War Ragnarok. But you're talking about the sense of scale in God of War, and that's something I thought was kind of missing from 2018's God of War a little bit. I mean, you had Jormungandr, but for the most part, I thought it was kind of missing until the very end, obviously, because then Freya takes over the body of the dead giant in Midgard. But in Ragnarok, when Surtur shows up and fucking you see Jormungandr in the background fighting
Thor,
who
right?
was it? I don't remember.
Thor.
Yeah, fighting Thor. You see the armies of Niflheim, Helheim, everything, and it's like, dude, I kind of felt like I was in the opening level of God of War 3.
Yeah.
Or God of War 2 with the Colossus of Rhodes.
It's so cool. It's such a climactic battle.
And it was such a warm feeling, too. Like, they handle nostalgia so fucking well, so beyond a level that I can explain, really, without sounding pretentious.
No, dude, I know exactly what you're talking about, because I was feeling nostalgia for games I never played. I didn't have like a PS Vita or a PSP or all the others. Like, I was on Xbox 360, and like a Wii. So I didn't really play the old God of War games. I have played 2018, and then I'm gonna play Ragnarok, and then I'll hopefully play the old ones at some point.
But I do believe the collection is in my PlayStation.
I was getting nostalgic for like the old games and moments from it, when like the flashbacks of Athena and Zeus are happening, and Kratos starts telling Atreus about his past and like all that stuff. I was like,
so like in Helheim, isn't there like a flashback where you like see Kratos like beating the shit out of
Zeus? Yeah.
Kratos is like, whoa.
Well, apparently he doesn't see it. It's only Kratos who saw it.
Yeah.
Because Kratos is like, boy, about what you saw, and Atreus is like, what?
Alright.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
But yeah,
Oh, man.
great banger games.
Right.
To wrap up for me, it was Star Wars music and God of War.
Yeah.
Oh, and Warhammer.
Whoa, yeah. Why didn't that come up, man? I was early before this podcast painting my dreadnought.
Hey, we got 10 minutes. We got 10 minutes before we got to wrap up episode. I mean,
yeah, you want to go on a whole 10-minute tirade about Warhammer? Go for it.
that
Blood
Blood Angels.
Outro.
No. I like I just said, I've been painting my minis for a while now. Well, not a while now. I've started this year pretty much, but I'm getting all my Blood Angels all sorted out. And let me just say, man, what a massive and expansive world. Because like I was like, oh man, Blood Angels are so cool, and then I was like, oh man, there's a lot of Imperium factions. Oh god,
it's so dangerous too. Like I literally just saw you with your fucking figurines and like doing your own thing in your own little 40K world, and I was like, what is I dipped a pinky toe in. I was fucking.
You're like the neighbor who like peeks over the fence, sees they have a pool, and you're like, I kind of want to try that. So you like turn on the hose, spray yourself, and you're like, getting a pool installed.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I got fucking sucked into 40K like last month, so I'm a little bit behind to Isaiah, but oh my fucking god, dude, it's just cool.
Dude, like, there's just something about being a big old space marine that's so fucking like baller, and like
it's so like macho too. It's just
it's such a specific breed of like just the weirdest of things, because like I'm not even like a religious person, but like the fucking Blood Angels and like the just religious tones of the Imperium is just undeniable, you know?
I know. I just the fact that they're all I just love the religious zealots of 40K, dude. The Adeptus mechanic is praise the holy machines.
Yeah, man.
That's so fucking silly.
Yeah, there's so many fucking cool factions too. Like
it's overkill. It's overkill. That's why it's so fucking fun.
Yeah, man. If there's something that you like, there's probably something that you could find in 40K.
And yeah, 40K games have been kind of slapping recently.
Yeah, man.
More and more, like the first Space Marine game is a fucking classic. I know that there are way more Space Marine games or 40K games before the first Space Marine game, but that's just my era of 40K video games.
There's plenty of strategy ones, but those are just like not always my favorite. I love playing the tabletop, but like sometimes
I just got into Total War Warhammer, which is the top-down strategy one. That one's really cool because if you like pitting the chaos gods against each other, then exactly. And you can make your own chaos god, which is fucking sick.
Yeah, that sounds pretty awesome.
Or you could be a human and fight. And then you have the new Space Marine game looks so fucking sick. I want it.
Looks like I'm going to buy it immediately.
Have you played any of Darktide? Besides what I showed you?
Yeah, no, that's pretty much it. But oh my god, I want it so badly. I want it so badly because my lord, I just love just killing all those poxwalkers, all those. It's
filthy heretics, dog. Filthy fucking heretics.
Filthy heretics for me to purge freely as a psyker.
Praise be the Emperor.
Yes, sir. Oh man, there's something so special about that just brand of
Boggy just looking at our casual spacism like
casual. You called them filthy.
Yeah, they are. They
filthy fucking heretics.
Yeah. What else would you call someone who doesn't praise the Emperor?
Yeah, silly. A heretic, a filthy greenskin.
A filthy fucking heretic.
You didn't have to bring their color into this, Isaiah. I heard that.
We very much did. We very much did. That's an actual fucking slur in 40K.
Oh man, there's so many slurs.
You know what? Hey, that's great.
Racism is where it's at, man.
I don't think I need to know them though. I don't plan on being spacist anytime soon, I think.
But here's the thing though. Here's the thing is, would you rather I be actually racist?
There you go.
Yeah, gotcha. Gotcha.
Yeah, I can't argue with that. I'm pretty spacist towards the elites in Halo.
Yeah, because they're dirty fucking split lips.
Yeah. Stupid fucking nids, man. Like
I'm just picturing the fucking sound effect from the SpongeBob movie after they like find out their mustaches are fake and their eyes just my face just dropping.
I mean, Star Wars isn't safe either. I mean, droids are dirty fucking clankers.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh man. Or if you're
What's
talking,
those clankers?
talking about
Oh,
Eldari.
Clanker, right side.
Oh god, no.
I think this lull is a good sign to where probably should end the podcast.
We're out of ideas.
It's almost 11:30. So I say this is a pretty successful first episode.
We literally have work tomorrow.